So today, I'm gonna show you how to make soup so good, it's gonna make you say, what the fuck? Alright, first things first, we're going to make our beef stock. So we have some neck bones and some short rib. If you can find some knuckles or some shins, something that's lean and not too fat, that's ideal. First off, we're going to bring those bones to a boil to kind of purge the liquid. If you take a look here, you're going to see over time how all this gunky, nasty scum comes off. We're going to then strain out that liquid, don't save it, and rinse out our bones. Then restart and let it go for about 7 hours until we get a nice clear broth. Do not boil the liquid because we want it to be nice and clear. We're going to take some onions, split them in half, and give them a nice little char. You can go dark on this, but I'm sick of setting my fire alarm off, so I'm going to let them off right there. Do the same thing with some ginger, slice it off, and give them a nice little char. So this is going to give us a nice little amber color to our stock. Take some spices, and we're going to toast them until they're nice and aromatic. We got fennel seed, cardamom, star anise, cinnamon stick, and cardamom. Did I say cardamom already? I don't know. But anyway, we have some fish sauce. This is a fish sauce from Vietnam. This is a 40N, which means it's compressed, so it's higher protein content, so it is more savory. And then we're going to strain our stock. Strain it in a chinois. Give it a nice little smell. Should smell great. Alright, next we're going to make a little different take on pho. So I have a hoisin sauce, and we're going to add a little lime juice, and we're basically going to make like a barbecue sauce, and we're going to mixy, and then we're going to glaze it onto our short rib. So we did not throw any of the meat away. We took it out and we shred all the meat off, and we're going to glaze this short rib with the barbecue sauce, and then we're going to throw it into an oven at around 300 degrees, maybe 275, and let it go for a couple hours while we glaze it every 30 minutes with that barbecue sauce to make a nice, delicious bark. Alright, next let's talk veggies. So garnishes include bean sprouts, which are sprouts from the bean, I don't know. And then some Thai basil, you guessed it, basil from Thailand. There's a sweet basil, there's usually holy basil as well, which is a little more spicy. But we're going to use the sweet Thai basil. This is cilantro. We're going to pick that, leave the stems in there because we kind of like the stems, a nice little crunch. A lot of flavor in the stems of cilantro. Take some scallion or green onion, give them a nice little choppity chop. Chop. And then we're going to put that into a bowl on the side as garnishing for our pho. Take a lime wedge. I love the lime. I love my pho. Pretty acidic. Give it a little slice and dice. Shoop. And then we're going to cut out the core, because when we cut out the core, we're actually going to get the maximum utilization on the lime juiceage. So make sure you do that on all your citrus fruits. Bam. Next, let's talk noodles. So we got rice noodles. We have a dry rice noodle, and then we have the semi-fresh noodles. So this is a dry noodle. That needs to be soaked before we cook it. This is the fresh noodle. Find it in the refrigerator section for most Asian markets. We're going about 3.5-4 ounces of noodles per bowl. We want this to be mostly a brothy soup. Take some boiling, ripping water, and don't be scared. Drop the noodles in there. If you have a little net you can throw in there, then that'll help better. Give them a stir to rinse the excess starch off. And the best way to test if these noodles are done is give them a little taste. They cook really quickly in about 10 to 15 seconds. So give them a strain and add them to a bowl, a nice warm bowl. Add your noodles and pour in your broth. Very importantly, the bowl should be hot to keep your soup hot. What we like to do is rinse the bowl with the broth a little bit, dump it out, and then refill it up with everything we got. Next, take that short rib that's been in the oven and look at that delicious bark on it. We're going to coat it with some crispy fried garlic. And again, this is not a very traditional method. This is just what I like to do because I like to change things up a little bit. Little chopped scallion on top, and there we go. And this is how you make my beef short rib pho with Hoisin barbecue sauce.